Scrapbook layouts with shapes repeating are super fun, and today I'm sharing a fun, easy scrapbook page with, you guessed it, triangles. I'm Emily. Welcome back to Emily's Paper Caper, where you'll find inspiration to scrap your stash. So I recently acquired a large stack of triangles, and I've been seeing triangles everywhere ever since. So I'm scrapbooking today some photos from the zoo and take a look how I incorporate a repeating pattern of triangles. So we always start with our photos, and I decided to use triangles to just go ahead and mat some of them up. Instead of using a full photo mat, the triangle will do the job. Now, since on the trip to the zoo we saw some flamingos, I'm reaching for my Bahama Mama paper stack because there are several pages with flamingos like that pink one, and I thought it would be a really fun, energetic page background. So I selected this kind of tropical looking pattern paper, but it's a very strong pattern, and so I selected a calmer blue and cut it at 5 inches so that I have a strip of 5 by 12 and 7 by 12. And that kind of breaks up the layout a little bit and gives the eye a break from that strong pattern in the background. So I like to have a plan for where my photos are going to go, and so I quickly decided to put the photos of the flamingos on the left page and the rest of the photos on the right. And I wanted to experiment a little bit with how I could create a border or some sort of page embellishment with triangles. So I cut some 2-inch squares and then cut those in half to make triangles. And this is the first arrangement, and I do like that, but it was a little heavy, and I thought the focus would be more on that design than on the photos. And I think that may be just because of the colors that I'm using here. So decided not to go that way. Then I did a pattern on the left side, and that may work, but I'm not quite convinced. I may do that on a different page. And I wanted to kind of, instead of use embellishments on this page, I wanted the triangles to serve as the embellishment. So I kind of made this stack of repeating triangles, and it kind of turned into an arrow, and I liked the look. I thought it would add some motion and direction to the page to kind of make it feel, to draw the eye through the page. So that's what I decided on for the pattern. Now I need to go and get the background and photos adhered to the page. So first, the flamingos. I was so excited to see that our local zoo added flamingos. We had not been to the zoo for several years, and I just think flamingos are so interesting. They also have wallabies there, and an interesting rainforest, which is why I picked the tropical background that I did, because this zoo is known for its rainforest display. And now I'm going to add the triangles back in. Trying to make adjustments to the pictures because I want the triangles to be different on each page. I don't want them to be on the top of each page, so decided to make room at the bottom of the left page for my triangle pattern. And then I'll put on the right hand page, I'll put the triangle pattern on the top. And on the left it points to the right, and on the right it points to the left, so it kind of, I think it kind of guides the eye to go across the pages. course, now all those triangles have to be adhered. So I will get my handy dandy ATG gun. I'm just putting a little speck on each triangle. I don't use a lot of adhesive because I find, first of all, it's expensive. Even the ATG gun refills are probably the most economical adhesive that I've found. But even still, when you're scrapbooking as much as I do, you don't want to have to order that more often than you need to. So I just put a speck of adhesive behind each triangle to adhere them, and they'll be secure enough to stay put, especially after I put it in a page protector and get the pages in an album. So next, we've got to get a title on this page. So usually, well, a lot of times my page titles, I just kind of go free with them and kind of make them crooked and, you know, one letter here, one letter there, not real worried about the alignment. But for this particular page, I wanted to make them line up a little better. So I'm using a little plastic ruler. The name of the zoo is Miller Park Zoo. And so this ruler allows me to get the letters on and so that they're a little bit straight. And I'm just going to finish up with the words park and zoo the same way on this little plastic ruler. As much as I love triangles, I think I love rulers more. I never met a ruler or a paper scrap that I didn't love. I'm not sure why I like rulers so much, but this one I just picked up at the secondhand shop because it reminded me of rulers I played with as a kid. It's a ruler and a stencil. I'll probably never use the stencil, but it's awfully cute, don't you think? All right, Miller Park and Zoo. Next, you know what's a page, you got your title, your photos, you got to tell the story. So I'm going to find a card in my stash that I can put a little journaling on. I have so many of these cards and I just need to remember to use them. I do not do pocket scrapbooking, which I think these cards are originally supposed to be for pocket scrapbooking, but I think they're better as page elements just on a regular page. So I'm gonna jot down some journaling here about, I put the date, and then I talk about how we hadn't been to this zoo for a number of years and that I was excited to see flamingos there. So I actually complement my handwritten journaling with some letter stickers to spell out the word flamingos, which is super fun. Just even a fun word to spell, flamingos. So these little letter stickers have been in my stash for years and years. They are from Provocraft, and they're called Alphabitties. And you know, I have come to realize I used to save and save and save my letter stickers because I didn't want to use them up. And then next thing I know, I have a bin full of letter stickers. So I've decided, you know what, I'm going to use them as often as it pleases me. I've got to use this stash I have, and these cute little letters were the perfect way to add something fun and mention the flamingos in a special way. I'm just using a regular ballpoint pen. I really should get some sort of a scrapbooking marker or something. I'm sure I have some around, but ballpoint pen never hurt anybody, did it? Now here's some close-ups of the finished layout. Miller Park Zoo. It's in Bloomington, Illinois. If you're ever in the area, come on out. Okay guys, let's be honest. Are you starting to see triangles everywhere you look too? It's unavoidable. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe if you haven't already and leave a comment. Let me know if you're really seeing triangles everywhere. All right, bye.